What a day. Hi, everybody. How are you today?
What's up, everybody?
Beatrice, I just found out about Dr. Heavenly. Now, y'all know I love Dr. Heavenly. I love her, love her, love her. And I always told y'all that she'd be putting on an act for the show. Dr. Heavenly's probably one of the smartest business women I have met. But congratulations, Dr. Heavenly. I might do a whole video about it. Y'all said she need to have several seats. No, she does not act the way she does on the show. I'm trying to tell y'all. She's very smart, very funny. That's cool though. Everybody is out. Don't mix. Listen, a lot of these reality TV shows, you don't put on. Like Kenya. Kenya's really cool and beautiful in person. Um, they gotta keep the ratings up, and that's what Dr. Heavenly does. And but in real life, she's very smart. I think she says she has 9 dental practices. She has 9. She owns that store that she brought for her daughter. She's a businesswoman. She's a very, very good businesswoman. And she is more the I hate to say this. I hate to say it because I like them all. Both, when I be reviewing the shows, it's just the show. I like the women of Atlanta, and I also like um Married to Medicine. But Married to Medicine women are very, very smart. Now, I don't have anything against the Atlanta women. Still, Nini's my favorite till this day. I think she's doing a great job at being better, being Carlos King. She's kicking his ass. She better be doing a good job with her show. I'm so proud of Nini
hmm
for taking this task on, and she's doing very, very good. Now that Krishan interview. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get to uh Diddy in a minute. That Krishan interview, let me tell you, should I tell people who I think what happened and who really did what? Should I say that?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, anyway, it was a good interview with Krishan. Krishan, I like Krishan. I don't care what nobody says. She's real. Now, the blue face thing, okay, that's a bit annoying, but she's young and hopefully she'll work that out. But I hate it, hate it, hate it when people talk about her child. Like, stop talking about a kid. What is wrong with y'all? But Nini's doing a great job.
hmm
And so I hope this works out for Nini. I hope Nini takes her show to the networks. Oh, y'all know Nini made up with the networks? And she's going to be on Bravo again. I don't know what capacity. I think somebody that I know knows. They're just not saying it. But I would love to see Dr. Heavenly running for Georgia. Georgia's running amok. Y'all got a lot going on over there. I'm still bitter at what was her name? Stacey Adams.
Yeah.
Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams. Y'all got a lot going on, and y'all know being in that, knowing what laws are going on is our thing. I can't say the P word, but Perry has a whole channel that we got to get back to this week.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
getting back to our regular stuff. I needed a couple days off after that Diddy trial, and stuff is still going on with the Diddy trial
Okay.
behind with them bloggers. Child, it is a
A lot.
mess.
Yep.
Ain't it crazy, Perry?
Like, it's a lot going on with the bloggers. It's a lot really just going on with the judge and all this stuff because I still feel that it's sort of messy why the man couldn't get out on bail until his sentencing. But that's just me. And
Anyway,
congratulations to Dr. Heavenly for doing that.
yeah.
I know people would say she's messy, whatever. Look, when you go on
Mm-mm.
these shows, you acting. You acting like you got money. Some of them act like they got some of them act like they got some common sense, right? But the whole thing is, I think she's probably tired of the show. Like things after a while become redundant.
Well, have you been seeing the ratings for Atlanta?
Uh, I'm sure they're very shitty because my girl Portia ain't did nothing. I mean, Portia, and that's my girl. Everybody knows that's my girl. But it's time to move on. Go ahead and keep doing the commercials, doing the other things. But that show sucks.
Look, someone said it's quiet down some for the bloggers. No, the hell it's not. Let me tell y'all, there was a group of bloggers last night that went on a different app. They went on a different app. So there's one blogger they're accusing of lying. They're accusing one blogger of lying, and they're pissed about it. And so I guess they wanted to speak to each other. I don't know. They all went on a outside app, and the stuff that they're accusing this blogger of, it's a mess. It's a mess. I mean, no, Dr. Heavenly, Yvette. Dr. Heavenly is not messy in real life. She's messy. Look, I tried to tell y'all this and nobody believed me. I said, Dr. Heavenly be putting on. She's great. She came on our show 3 times. I love
Mhm.
Dr. Heavenly. Y'all just don't know her. She's smart. She's very
And
smart.
and for that show, she had to be messy. If
Yes.
not, it'd have been like sitting in the library on a Sunday. So she had to do what
Okay,
she
it's
had to do.
11. Let's see what's going on.
But
So anyway, congratulations, Dr. Heavenly. I am so proud of you. I wish I lived in Georgia, but I will keep shouting you out. I hope you win because people don't understand who you really are, how helpful you are
what's up,
to the
Freddie?
younger generation, huh?
I see Freddie in the chat.
You see
Freddie
Freddie?
saying what's up. Yeah.
Freddie, hey Freddie. Wait, where is it? Hold on. Hi, Freddie. The problem is none of the women do anything, so Doctor Heavenly has to do the work. Child,
Exactly.
that's Freddie's. Listen, Freddie, I'm gonna try to come on. I will message you after this because I got to get back to my other channel before it gets demonetized. And this should be over. This whole Diddy stuff should be wrapping up really soon. So but yeah, we are so proud of you, Dr. Heavenly. You recapped one of the shows with Freddie, me, you, Perry, and Freddie. That was fun. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And then people need to see who you really are and how great your family is. All that mess they've been talking about, Dr. Damon, y'all need to cut it out. Y'all need to cut it out. Plus, we don't know the future of reality TV. It would be great if you won your seat and still did the show. Child, that would be, well, I don't know if you can do that. But anyway, we're proud. Vegas reunion. They're having a reunion in Vegas? You're talking
Oh yeah.
about Atlanta? Hold on, y'all. Let me get
Yeah, some
back to
kind of
this.
Bravo
Freddie, I'm
reunion.
gonna call you later so you can fill me in. I've missed you. I missed the dynamic duo, me, you, and Perry. So love you, Freddie. Thank you. And I will call you right after this because today or tomorrow I've got to get back to that channel. Okay. So let me finish this. What'd you say? You're coming in November, so they're having it in November. This is great. You must be talking about BravoCon. Anyway, we
Sharrell.
got so much to discuss. Yeah.
Okay, just keep it
Okay, let
short.
me hurry. Okay, Freddie, I gotta go. Love you, Freddie.
I don't think you missing much, right? Because everybody know that the meeting today was to expedite the sentencing.
Right.
So they came out, but they had a joint letter that they both agreed, the prosecution and the defense, that they would have sentencing on September 22nd. It seemed like they walked into the courtroom and submitted another letter, like one letter. It's over. Combs, Anifilo submitted one letter. Then the second, the deputy said, Judge Subramanian will get back in writing on the
What
other
did
cases.
child? What? He did all of that.
Wasted my time.
He really wasted our time. So why don't we just turn this into a show then? Because that I can cut up later. Because I'm not coming on here to just talk about. He'll let us know when. When did you say?
Oh, later? I mean, basically, I guess they just went in and dropped off letters what their recommendation was. It came across this morning that they had a joint letter with the prosecution and defense both agreeing to have the sentencing September 22nd, which ain't that far, 2 weeks before October 3rd or whatever their original date was.
But
Um,
he has to stay in there a
right.
lot
And I was
longer.
under the impression that they would go talk about maybe getting him bail or something like
Yeah,
that. Maybe they
yeah, yeah.
are. Maybe they just did this for the day, drop these letters off, then they gonna go back to working on bail. I have no idea. It's sort of weird.
Someone said, Sharrell, can you address Bobby's comment? Who's Bobby?
What happened?
I don't know.
I didn't see nothing. I don't know what you're talking about neither.
Let me know who Bobby is. Uh, is it someone on the trial? I don't know who Bobby is. Oh, you love Dr. Chow. So I'm just going to turn this into a regular show because we're so proud of Freddie. Are you busy right now? Bobby's in the chat.
Oh, you
Okay.
said where we getting it from? We
Is
getting
that
it from Inner City Press.
um that must mean you're Bobby Perry. What's
Yeah,
Bobby's
maybe they,
name in the chat? Here he is. Hi, Bobby. FBI is going to file charges against Diddy probably this week with Jay-Z. What?
well, I mean,
Okay,
so I
let
mean, maybe
me, let
that's
me.
true. But Bobby, sometimes be careful when you surfing the net. Remember, this whole case supposed to be about little people, these super freak offs, all these different things. If you go and just run the thing, a lot of people aren't going to tell you the truth. A lot of people just going to talk about shit that get them clicks and views. And I used to believe that stuff, Bobby, too. But now I'm real careful on if I don't see receipts, I'm moving on.
You can come up. Come on up. Hold on. Let me finish this real quick. Listen, Bobby, there's a big scandal going on right now. Bloggers are against bloggers. No, bloggers are against one blogger. They're against one blogger because they call her a liar and that she makes things up. And there are people actually doing videos of her saying this and then what really happened. I
It's
don't
the
know how
truth.
much longer this is going to go on, but um, that's crazy.
They ain't lying, though. I mean, it's the truth. Like, I guess everybody got their own thing, but the blogger do be lying. That's all I'm going to say.
Y'all, I'm trying to stay out of it because I just don't want to be in it. I just don't want to be in it.
No,
It's my
Hey,
what's up, Freddie?
Hi!
How you
Let me
doing, man?
change my title really quick. Go ahead, Perry. And
Oh,
while
yeah,
you're
I
doing
mean,
that,
it's nothing for us to get into like that with the content creators and stuff. But I mean, let's keep it real. If I'm gonna be real with you every day, not gonna mention names, but the shit that come out that camp is a lie, just over the top kind of stuff. But they do what they do. People like lies, and if they don't like being lied to, one day they'll figure out this ain't the channel for them. But it is what it is. Well, what's up, Josh?
okay.
I
So
see you.
listen, you guys. I'm gonna do this video with Freddie, and we're gonna talk about housewife stuff, and then I'm going to delete the live and then chop it up to be a regular form video. But I gotta talk to my fave, Freddie. Oh my God, I've known how long have we known each other now? Years.
wow, ages. Like
Yeah.
5 years, 6 years?
I guess in a
Yeah.
minute.
So that's the news on Diddy. Lots of crazy stuff going on with these bloggers behind the scenes. Uh, I haven't heard if there will be additional charges. I don't know. And I would tell you guys the stuff that's going on behind the scenes with these bloggers. It's a whole bunch of bloggers, probably about 10 after one female blogger. They're calling her a liar. They did a special thing last night and they're really calling
Sherelle,
out.
can y'all hear the kids?
Yeah.
Okay, let me
I'm
try to shut the door.
babysitting.
Let me try to shut the door.
She was saying, I okay, I will I don't feel like
I
covering
think
it.
I know who the beef is between these
Bloggers. So they made us. They
content
had a special
creators.
thing last night. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. I don't want to be in it. But she said some pretty crazy things. I don't know her,
She's been,
and
I think I know, she's been the one that's been covering the Diddy stuff quite a lot. There have been like videos with her at the courthouse and stuff like that. I think I know, yeah, I know who this is.
it's a lot. She said a lot of crazy stuff, and now she has these women who they hate men, and Perry, you feel that way,
Yeah,
and they're attacking men. I don't want to be a part of any of that. I just wanted to talk about the case and how I felt about the case. And if you feel a certain way about the case, they come after you.
yeah.
It's a mess. After big trials like this, we always have some kind of division. I thought it was going to be racial. It's not racial. Now it's men against women. The
Hmm.
women are hating the men, and they, eh. Like,
Well,
I
no, I
do not
mean,
hate men. I can't hate men. I have a husband of 34 years. I have 2 sons. So I don't want to get in it.
that's where it got messy at, because everybody came to this trial with their own emotions, and the biggest thing, like I just told Bobby, they came in with already these beliefs already. But to come to find out, these beliefs you had, the things you heard for the last year, is simply a lie. And how you got to move forward with it is just like, I used to believe half the stuff and used to say, well, yeah,
Well, I
laugh
don't
and
know
joke
why I'm
about it.
being incognito. Let me just say it.
Huh?
Everybody's upset with Tisa Tales. They're
Right,
calling Tisa Tales a liar, and that she's galvanizing these women to go after men. And
right.
so it's a lot of, I mean, it's about 10 bloggers that
And that's
are,
pretty much what's going on with it. And then a lot of people are saying this, and this is how I felt like the nastiness, but dusty, broke, N words. Like, I mean, you're taking this case a little too far. Now, if you was talking about Diddy, perhaps he's on trial. Like, I called half the witnesses 304s. That's just what I think of what they gave me on the stand. Could I be wrong? Yes, but that's just my belief. It's not wrong for me. It could be wrong for somebody else to hear. And I think people come out here, play off people emotions, people with trauma, real stuff, right? And then act like an advocate just to lure these people in, because people, especially most victims, real victims, had a problem of being believed. So you get these people who try to piggyback off that. I believe you. I support you. Show me somewhere that you support, and are you just using them to make money off their pain and suffering? You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is to me.
all right. Now, thank you. And yes, those are my grandchildren in the background. All right. I haven't talked to Perry. I mean, I haven't talked to Freddie in months. Let's start with Dr. Heavenly. Y'all know I love Dr. Heavenly. Go ahead, Freddie.
Dr. Heavenly is the best, and whether people like it or not, I don't care. But there would be no Married to Medicine without Dr. Heavenly.
It
She
wouldn't.
creates what's happening, she's there in the drama, and I don't really care if people who are going, well, she's doing this for a storyline. I think she's always been quite interested in politics
All right,
from what
hold on
I've
one second.
seen of
Hold on
her.
one second. You guys, we're going to talk about Dr. Heavenly and a couple of stuff. And then I'll bring people up in the back, and then we can talk about Tisa Tales and all of that. But I've got to talk to Freddie. Okay, keep going, Freddie. So Dr. Heavenly's running for Congress. So
She's
great.
running for Congress, which I think will be great. She's got a big following. I think the fact she's a business person, she's someone of color. I think that's a good thing. I think that's going to be interesting, and a lot of people will want to listen to that. I think people are bored of your Trump types, but I also think they're bored of these
You can't say
glue.
that. You have to call him 47. You have to call him 47
Oh,
because he's the
47.
47th,
That's a
person.
thing, or the
Yeah.
Cheeto guy, whatever.
Freddie! No, 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 you can't. So listen, we get in trouble for speaking bad on 47.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Uh-huh. They've got this thing on YouTube, and you won't get paid if you say things about him. So I'm gonna have to cut out what you said.
Ooh,
But
yeah, I'm sorry about that.
it's
Right, well,
no, you didn't
47.
know. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
so I think people are that, and these other sort of people that are interested in other politics that aren't really important to this country. But I think because Dr. Heavenly's a realist, and deep down she is incredibly compassionate as well, I think
Right.
this will be something that's really good.
Why
Yeah.
are people making the mistake, Freddie, of thinking that's how she acts in her real life. She
I,
owns 9 practices.
I think the problem is that when someone's on reality TV, a lot of people come up with this decision of, I know this person, I know everything they do and what they're about. But actually, we're seeing a very small snippet of their life. We're not seeing everything in her personal life, her businesses. It's sort of a bit of what Bravo want you to see. Because
Yeah,
with
yeah.
this, with a show like Married to Medicine or any of the housewife shows, they'll film that for 6 to 8 months, and there will be loads of scenes you film, but they're not going to choose every single scene you film because they've got to condense, say, like a month's worth or whatever, couple of weeks worth of filming into a 40-minute episode.
All right, really quickly, let's talk about because this is not a reality show channel. These people don't know what we're talking about. Really quickly, what's going on with Atlanta? Their ratings are absolutely horrible. What happened, Freddie? I didn't watch it.
Atlanta has been a complete mess. I think there have been a lot of things that have gone on. The number one is Brittany, or Brit,
Okay.
whatever she calls
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
She ruined this show in many ways.
Her and her
Ooh,
pimp.
really?
You
The
know,
pimp.
and the fact is that everyone knew about her extracurricular activities with this,
Okay.
call girl and all of this stuff, because when they all started falling out with her near the end of this season, they were all saying it. Like Kelly, who was really close to her at the beginning of the season,
There-
Shamir said that she was like that Brit was a lady of the night as well. But like none of them called it out point blank and just exposed it. Of
Why
course,
does this?
Angela was the best, and she said to Brit, "You've got miles on your mouth with all those stretch marks
Okay.
as
She was acting
well."
like Jane. She was acting like Jane.
To Brit.
Hold on. One of my favorite. Beatrice says Dr. Hellish will not win. She talks too much. She's too toxic. And as soon as someone pisses her off, it'll be yo mama. So listen, we've had Freddie vouch for Dr. Heavenly. I'm vouching for Dr. Heavenly. Y'all don't understand. Dr. Heavenly
Look,
is cool, and maybe she can show that side of her personality. Anyway, let me go. I'll call you right after this. We need to go on the backup channel where people love to talk about it because I have a lot of
yeah.
questions. Do you think you can come on later?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just you or Perry, give me a message or a call,
Okay.
and then we should be able to do something for
All
sure.
righty,
Because we've
All
Freddie.
right,
also got
brother.
to
Nice
talk
seeing you again, bro.
because we've also got to talk about Nene Leaks as well with the traitors, the truth about that too.
Oh, okay. Don't tell me. So we'll do that on the backup channel. Hopefully in the next hour. Hopefully I can wrap this up and then we can go. Okay, Freddie?
Perfect, brilliant. We'll talk to you both soon.
Thank
Okay,
you.
now
Thank you.
be
Bye.
good.
Love Freddie. You gotta love Freddie. All right. So let's see. So we already talked about Diddy today. They are waiting on the judge to, I don't know what, because they said
Look.
September 22nd.
Right. I don't know. I guess this was just to expedite the sentencing. But I thought they would go further into it and talk about possible bail. But maybe they are working on that. Maybe they just, formality, just drop these letters off 'cause that's what they had to do. I don't really know what's going on.
44, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. So what's going on? What do you want to talk about? These crazy bloggers or Diddy? They're holding him now. It looks like until the 22nd. What do you want to talk about?
Well, okay. Well, you know about the federal system. A lot of people do, some people don't. But when you're dealing with the federal system, like they could have let him
Can
out.
you get closer to the mic? Can you hear him? Or
Okay,
is it
I'm
just
sorry.
mine?
No, it's kind of low.
Can you hear me now? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better?
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so with the federal system, you know that a judge has how you say that, he can do a lot of things what he wants. He don't actually have to pay attention to the sentencing guidelines. He can go under them. He
No,
can
I
go
didn't know
over them.
that.
He can go over them. See, when you're in the federal system, like you can get like 10 people on a conspiracy, right? This guy right here can have a judge, like say in one particular district. Another one can have another particular district in that state.
They're still
And
saying they can't hear you. Can you
oh,
speak up just like really
okay,
close to yelling?
okay.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Okay. So what happens is you can have like several people on a conspiracy, right? They can be all basically charged the same, and you can have one judge and you can have another federal judge. This guy might get like 5 years, but this judge go under with these particular ones and give them two. A federal judge can do that. So that means you can have people with the same crimes, did the same exact thing, and these judges can give them different things. This judge can do what he wants. Let's just get that out the way right now. So when you're talking about the politics of this, he is somewhat playing politics because he have to. He have to play politics now because you have so many people and that have their eyes on this. Federal judges are not used to this. They don't you usually have to deal with the press too much. You see how much that was blocked out. This is more of a case that's giving education for everyone. Everyone is getting to be able to peer inside of a federal courtroom. So
Mhm.
when what Diddy is dealing with right now is he more dealing with politics. That's why this guy never make a decision. He always say, "Well, let's come back." So he just had something that wasn't really in his favor. So maybe the judge will vote in his favor now because I have not seen what you guys have. What I saw was that Dr. Heavenly thing. And I heard y'all talking about it earlier, but I'm gonna skip that. But he can do whatever he want. He does not have to do this. You got to understand, these judges really can give somebody that could give 10 years, they can just give them probation. They can throw the whole sentence out if they want to.
Right.
This is not
Oh,
that. Yeah, this is not that serious. You can have federal judges do this all the time. They do this all the time. So people have to understand that this judge has all of the power. He don't have to listen to the prosecution. Look, Diddy is under the federal guideline. They saying between what, somewhere between 51 and some months. I think it ended.
63 months or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, but when you look at his real background and everything, they call those a pre-sentencing report, which is what the probation office do. What they do is they'll throw everything at the sink against him and see where he fall in within a range of 1, 2, or 3. He probably gonna fall in that one range, meaning that he's more like a first time offender. He's a very low security guy. Right. So a lot of times in federal prison, when you have that low of a sentence, they can send you home on. He can be actually do a sentence on home confinement. He could go to something called a camp. A camp is somewhere where you can basically walk right off of the place. You're not being behind a wall. You're not really being supervised like that. You work in the community. You walk back. You can walk off if you want to. So there's several different things that he could do. With this case being like this now, all of that violence is gone. The only thing that brought that violence in back again was Cassie and her attorney. They all now writing letters to make sure that violence is in. That's the one thing that the federal government don't like because violence always enhances your criminal your how shall I say that your range. Because if you do something and you got violence in it, then you get more time.
but
Anytime
he
they look
wasn't charged for the DV. And
right.
answer that. I can hear you. I'm gonna get these grandkids. Go ahead.
Right, right. He wasn't charged. And that's the thing. That's where the politics come in. Because he wasn't charged. That's why the judge tried to put the onus on the defense saying that you actually
Mhm.
said this, right? He tried to make sure that he does something for Cassie and all these people that are clamoring now about they believe everything she's saying. That since that the defense supposed to have, I guess they said that they sort of agreed that Diddy was violent by looking at that and saying things like that. So the judge took that and put that on the record. That is not fair. So what I
Right.
think that I'm sure there'll be a appeal in that, right? That part of what the judge is saying, because the judge tried to protect himself by saying you actually said that he's like that. The judge didn't have to go that route. He didn't have to go that route because anytime you bring in violence in a federal sentence,
Right.
it always
But
enhances.
Okay.
this judge does not like Diddy. So most likely we're gonna look at what's the max? Is it gonna be 20?
No,
No.
no, because when you look at the 51, I think Terry said 51 to 63 months. Okay, all right. So we'll just look at that right there. That's the guideline range.
Mhm.
Once you really look at that guideline range, he's gonna fall under that right there too because he don't have all that violence. So say for instance he's looking at like anywhere between 21 and like 31 months, right? If we're looking at anywhere between 21 and 31 months, he's already done almost a year. most judges, most federal judges wouldn't even consider this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
If you really understood, if people really understand what a federal judge really does, they don't even deal with stuff like this. He never would have been. Look, he would be already out on probation or waiting pre-sentencing. He'd be sitting there waiting on that. The only reason that this stuff is going on is because how profile it is and just how the prosecution went at this. Look at the optics. You got 7 women. You got 7 women. They going in hard trying to convict him, and they lost. And not only did they lose by throwing everything against the wall, but then they turn around and now they want him to be incarcerated. They want him to be locked up, knowing that there's no more violence. So them and Cassie's attorney, they all working together. Probably Tisa Tails too.
Yeah.
So what these people are, and the media. Look, let me tell you something. We got a big problem in this world. These people are platforming Tisa Tells on places like ABC, NBC. Look now, look, we got a big problem.
Yeah.
This lady right here is a conspiracy theorist liar.
Right.
Now, it doesn't matter if she tell the truth every now and then. What she's doing now, that is not anything to do with what you call it, journalism. She's not doing journalism, and they put her on TV. So I'm looking at ABC now and CNN and all the rest of them like, y'all don't care anymore. You don't care nothing about the news. There's no way in the world they could have called y'all and got something that makes some sense. They called Tisa Tells and put on TV. She's taking pictures with people that are giving you the news every night. These people disqualified themselves. Listen, how are we gonna listen to people smiling with Tisa Tells? All she does is just like she gets real upset. She says things. She's just saying anything that she
Mhm.
wants to say, and it has nothing to do with reality. Now people are out of reality now. They just want them locked up. They just had a trial with 7 women going after one man and they lost. You can't get it no better than that. What do you want? If you lose with those 7 women going after Diddy, and then you got those particular women that were going after him, and they had all that stuff, and you still had 4 women on that jury. All right, they said they don't believe them. Look. This is the terrifying part of this. Those women didn't believe them either, right? So now that they didn't believe them, those men didn't believe them. Now these people now are just basically just creating a alternative reality. We can't allow ourselves to be living in an alternative reality when it comes to the news. That's why we go to people like y'all. God bless you. Because what they're doing right now is absolutely insane. You're gonna listen to Tisa Tell. This lady used to read tarot cards.
Mhm.
She thinks she can float. She thinks she can float around and fly and go into other dimensions, which is possible with certain things, but it's just not possible when you're dealing with the facts of the law. This lady have never been in a federal courtroom and they got her blocked off. Look, she's blocked off from everybody else. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
No.
She's blocked out from them. They look, they actually manufacture that just for her. You shouldn't believe anything she ever says just because of that. If you got any kind of integrity about your life and your kids, you see something like that right there, you're supposed to run. You wouldn't do it any other ways, any otherwise. You wouldn't believe something like that. How is the news media gonna do that specifically for one person and have her bodyguards? Nobody else has them. Nobody else did it. So why is she doing it? She should not have that. She is a conspiracy theorist that's out there playing games. So I'm saying she should be treated as such, or she should be treated as a reality star of unreality playing games like of I don't know, love and hip hop or whatever these folks out there are doing. Like they think they act like they live in real life too with somebody following you around with a camera. None
Yeah.
of us walk around with a camera everywhere we go. Y'all do this, y'all put the camera down, y'all go deal with y'all family. These people go to the bathroom on the camera. They eating on the camera. They bringing their kids in on the camera for no reason at all. We don't do this in our real life, so why should we listen to somebody like Tisa Tells? She should be put in her proper context. Her proper context is propaganda. So if she is promoting propaganda, you won't go down to your nearest gas station or to a lawyer or into your bank and start playing games with the teller behind there saying, "Well, look here, I just want 50,000." They're gonna mess around and call somebody on you. This is like what Tisa Tell is doing. She is not. She is playing a reality game. You have to understand. We are real people here. We got AI going on. We got Chat EBGP. This is the world they living in. You can't do that. Look here. If you go out there and get hurt and you start bleeding, that's real blood. These people are playing games like as if, like Tisha Tell is real. She's real in fake reality. We can't allow this to sit in jail right now.
And see,
He's
that's my thing. That's my thing. I don't mean to cut you off. But what you're saying is out there playing games. And what people don't understand, like who you like, believe what you want to believe. But it's my duty to speak my mind. If I see something that's harmful to real individuals, when you start coming after somebody's reputation with lies, downplaying black men with lies, that shit hurts. You know, and people can say what the hell they want to say. Oh, well, everybody tell a lie. Look, when you out there saying things that could harm somebody's reputation or get them incarcerated, when you coming out here saying, oh, I was threatened, because the same thing, black men go through this shit every day, being accused of something. Yes. Are some of them guilty? Yes. But a lot of them aren't. You get these people, oh, this black man was going to do this, and the black man simply just walked past. Right? I'm just saying words can damage people. And, for the people who don't want to hear that, then there's other channels for you. If you want to hear the lie, this channel, I'm going to tell you my opinion, whether you agree or not. This is an adult channel. We can agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying it's not cool being out here loosely running your damn mouth of shit that can hurt real people. And you can
and
go
I
ahead and
mean,
finish.
yes, sir,
Now
and
I'm
I
just
mean,
talking about the games.
yes, sir. No, I appreciate that. And just going back to that, a lot of these people are upset because of the changing dynamic in America. See, there's a changing dynamic in America, and I'm not trying to be funny, but between the black American man and the black American woman, we are now looking at each other in the eyes, which we have not done since probably segregation. And one of the reasons that we're looking at each other like that is because we have a common bond. It don't make us better than anyone, but we have a common bond. We have produced um, leaders that have influenced this world from each corner of this world. We leading this thing. It's not a game. But what we're doing now is we're looking at each other and we're not benefiting from this. We're not benefiting from being against each other anymore because people are coming in with the same color, hue, or skin, or whatever you want, and they're just not for us anymore. Now there are some, but they're gonna have to start standing up because we are losing our children. We can't continue to do this. Our children are being blamed for everything. They look, you can come from any corner of the world and be dark skinned, and the only thing the news gonna say is that a black man or black woman did it.
Right.
And that's not fair anymore. We want them to start standing up and understand that we can no longer play these games with them. They like Tisa tells. Why you think she used the N word so loosely?
Okay.
See, she do that right there because she know what a real heat gonna go into. Because other people gonna come around. Oh no, me no black, me Dominican, me Jamaican. But as soon as they get in trouble, oh me black. See, we can't do that with them anymore. Because when they say you black and those statistics start coming up, those statistics just go towards black. But when they trying to get a job or they trying to become something else, oh yeah, I'm Dominican. Oh, I understand. I'm not like them. But see, we've
So,
been
so
here.
you feel that
Yeah,
Tisa Tales is intentionally trying to divide the men and the women?
Tisa Tells is a fantasy. Look, this lady is fantastical. She is an opportunist. She is like what was those things back in the day? I forgot what you called it. Carnival barker, like at a amusement park, right? You ever been to an amusement park and they got all these strange things and you can go in there and see them and when you come out, reality snaps back. That's what she at. She need to be in one of them things right there, man. She don't need to be on TV. But because we let everybody do everything, of course she's trying to divide. Look, she know what the divide between the sexes is. She know what the divide between white and black and other colors are. She lives in that world. That's Chat GPT. That stuff right there don't really have a color. It's just somebody talking. And now they're trying to get close to start to use some of our intonations in our talk like most of the people that come over in this country do. They just don't want to thank us. But they should be. The problem of it is that we can no longer carry them that way. They're gonna have to start standing up for us first, not standing up for your. Oh yeah, well I'm Dominican. You know, as soon as they win an award, oh yeah, I'm gonna send it back to Dominican. All that stuff. We didn't even know they were Dominican for years when they first started some of their careers. What these
Perry,
people are doing.
Hmm?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, Perry, do you feel like nobody's trying to help the black man?
No. And look, this is what I feel like right now, right? Because I've been checking out the chat, and people keep saying jealousy, jealousy. Look, people, let's keep it real. This court case, and most of it stems
Jealousy of
from
what?
jealous of Tisa Tails.
mm,
I mean, look, let me make this perfectly clear.
mm,
I feel like when you start going after black men or running your mouth too much, putting somebody's life, careers in danger, you went too far. For the people who keep saying jealousy, I think you just want to come in blindly and not listen to the words coming out of our mouth. Or maybe you just don't want to understand what we're saying. Maybe you want to just be the ones that just out there in la la land, right? This is an adult channel. Ain't nobody jealous of anything. Are you jealous of somebody telling the truth or how they feel? Or would you rather them just get up there and lie? Because it sounds like you love people lying to you,
mm-hmm.
right? But for you to sit here and act like, oh, this conversation we having isn't real, then something might be wrong with you. And I'm just keeping it real. Something really might be wrong with you if you ain't saying, look, y'all was so-called down with the victims, right? In this court case. Oh, you got to stand up for victims. When we stand up for people, because Diddy wasn't found guilty of half that shit. Just transportation of prostitution. And a pimp ain't prostituting himself. He have a 304, which was the victims that y'all loving to death. They the one had their legs open, asking for more. You can seem like it sound harsh, but it's the truth. And they did it for fame and cash. So they didn't do it for free. They did it for a reason. But I'm sitting here saying, how can you come in with all these lies you heard to say Diddy was guilty, and now that he's found not guilty, you still want to make up shit? Oh, well, this happened, that happened. Maybe you was wrong. Maybe you believed too much into the bullshit that you heard. Go back, and when we was talking about Tisa Tales, and I'm gonna keep it real, she put a lot of shit out there. Y'all believed it. Ask her where's the proof at. And if she had so much proof, why wasn't that presented in court? Why wasn't it? So stop playing games. And when we sitting there talking about, hey, Diddy's a black man. Now, is he perfect? No. But ask yourself this: is these so-called victims perfect? The ones that was on the stand, they ain't perfect neither. But you found some kind of way to back them. Because you would come and say, hey, a man shouldn't treat a woman that way. And you're right about that. And shouldn't no women be out here lying on these men? That shit is not right. If you
This
got
is a lot.
something real to say it. But don't be walking your ass up in here talking about somebody's jealous. When we just telling you the shit we deal with in our real lives. Because at least we can express what's happening in our real life. And maybe some of y'all too busy being fake and don't want to realize what's going on in your real fucking life.
And we try to tell them, Terry.
Yeah.
And we try to tell them about our experiences with Rico. See, these people from that come over here, these first and second generation, dark and brown skinned immigrants that we care much about, that we always have. We've never had those type of feelings towards y'all. Y'all got to understand what we've done in this country and who we are. We never had those type of feelings towards y'all. We are learning now that y'all have those type of feelings towards us. We know what Rico is. You don't have to go running around everywhere in this world trying to ask some lawyer or teacher tells or something. We've sat up in these courtrooms and watched RICO cases. We watch them. We know how they go down. We know about the fourth and third and eighth district in America. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That stuff. Look here. Why you think they shop judges? Why you think they shop things? When you watching those CNN and all that stuff, when they be talking about these judges all over America, we've been in them courtrooms. You people are talking about Tisha Tales. Look,
Mhm.
we've been in those courtrooms. We've seen these judges. We have been in the criminal system for hundreds of years. And y'all just gonna accept somebody like Tisha Tales or Cassie. I mean, come on. You would not accept that even from anyone else. If someone was talking like that and about 50% of their story wasn't right, you start looking at me like, okay, then, well, I'm just going to move on that. But with them, it's almost like they want them to take Diddy down. They want them to take down because they knew so much. You got to understand, we are fighting because we know what the court system is about. He's in there on the Mann Act. That right there is dealing with a black man. So we understand that too. He is a famous black man too. We saw him go. We saw Fred Sanford go down with these kind of charges. They all go down with these type of charges, and everybody tries to say that okay, well maybe they could have done something. We've been sitting back for years watching our men go down like that right there. Sometimes our women, our grandmothers are locked up in there, and when y'all come to these countries, y'all ain't getting locked up like that. Somehow y'all are escaping it. And the only ones are going into these places are us. And then they say, well, y'all should do better. Y'all should work harder. Y'all should comply. Y'all should do that. Well, there's something going on right now with Donald Trump. And they're mad at
47.
us.
47.
47. Yeah.
My bad. With 47. There's something going on with 47 right now. And everybody's looking for us to step up, which lets y'all know who knows what time it is. But y'all still play dumb. Stop playing dumb. You can look at the Dred Scott decision. You can look at Harriet Tubman. Those are us. I mean, come on. What is wrong with you folks? Diddy is someone that got trapped up in a legal system based on a what was that? She filed that against him years and years later because she was scorned. She felt like that
Yeah.
she deserved something. She's not the first woman to believe, or man, or anything to believe that they was in a relationship where it didn't go their way, and they looking at somebody now like they should have gotten something. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But she went too far with this. That's not what this case was. If that case wouldn't have came out like that, she never would. She never would have tried to get. Matter of fact, she was going back to Diddy. She went back to him several times. They were talking. Diddy
Hmm.
has been doing this type of stuff for years, not just him. All of these celebrities do it. How you think they're gonna move around and do anything without having a whole infrastructure in place to be able to do other things outside of whatever? That's why they all write books later on. But you don't have to accept what Cassie was saying. Cassie was discredited. Did she have some truth? Yeah, but she went to court for it. She got a lot of money for it. She went in front of a federal court and lost. That's absolutely insane. You know how bad of you know how bad you got to be to lose in federal court. It's hard to lose in federal court, and they lost. All of them lost, and they still trying to come back again. And they wouldn't be doing that if that was some other guy. If this was a first or second generation immigrant, everybody be around there picketing and everything. What are you doing wrong? He don't understand. But with Diddy, it's like it's no end to the trying to bring him down. But we're looking at these laws. See, we live with these laws. See what 47 is doing right now. He's pushing y'all out. Y'all want new laws to help y'all. This is crazy. You're going after the very people that you want help from. Now, why do you think we should help you do anything? You don't even care about these laws. These laws are putting our children in. Y'all can run back home if you want to. If they run after you, they said y'all can leave right now. How about that? You could actually leave. This man is saying self-deport yourself, even if you're scared of you don't like America. You think it's not gonna work out for you. You can leave right now. We're not going anywhere. We never have. We don't have to leave. Why we gonna leave our own country? Some of y'all don't even like America. You don't really like America. You rather see America fail. A lot of people with it y'all come from, y'all would love for America to fall. Y'all would love for this thing to cave in on us. We have been
Is this
holding up
the
this thing.
first
Yeah.
time I feel like 'cause that the women are going after the men. Perry, why are they doing that over
No, look, I mean, this is what I think. This is what I think. Seriously. And I think outside of this case made black men, black women, take a side on something. Yes, we all agree, even black men, that DV is not right. We got to separate the two. He wasn't on trial for DV. He was on trial for this made up RICO that they try to manually find a way to take down a black man. Nobody's saying Diddy is innocent of all the things you might believe.
But
It was not proven in
you're
court.
not saying he's going after black. You're saying that they're going after black men. You said Tisa Tells, let's be real,
Yeah,
is going after black men, period.
Right, no, she is. But now I was just talking about this is what it messed up.
Why?
Tisa Taylor is an easy target. A rich black man, she used their name for clicks and views, right? And I don't know, maybe something happened in her life that, I mean, because the things she said broke Dusty. You know how somebody could tell you something, but somebody, you broke Dusty in.
Right.
Believe it. That shit you got to believe. When that come from their gut like that, that's what they think on a regular basis. They might fake and act like they down with the brothers. They ain't. And she probably ain't dating one. Right? I'm just keeping it real. Because I think whatever happened, I can't say what it is. Hey, what's wrong, baby? Okay, hold on.
Go ahead, Perry.
Give me a
Go
second.
ahead. You guys,
Yeah.
listen, I want to say this real quick. This is Perry's channel too, y'all. He's allowed to say whatever he wants. This is channel too. Go ahead, Perry.
And then people say this in chat. Oh, don't let these men tear down your channel. I'm gonna tell you this: if men can't speak up, I'm not sure if you got a man. You probably got one. Shouldn't you defend him? Shouldn't you listen to his feelings? And do you have boys that these laws that they trying to create can harm them one day? Are you even thinking about that? Right? That shit can harm your boys. And you want to make it seem like, oh, just because you didn't win this case. What we started off what this case was about the RICO don't fit on what they trying to get him for. Now, we ain't nobody said he was innocent of a damn thing, but he wasn't guilty of that RICO. And not just we just saying that, the jurors said he wasn't guilty, and that was men and women.
Exactly.
So don't be a sore loser just because it didn't go your way. And now you get to make it out to be some kind of war. Right? Men got an important part to do in his life too, especially a black man. If you got a deadbeat daddy, these black men need to step up and do this. When a black man try to step up and do this shit, it's real easy for you to throw one down the drain. Now I get it. Maybe you don't like Diddy, but that same legal system can be come out to these other black men also. That's what we trying to say. Like that RICO shit. If you let them establish these kind of laws, it's gonna be used on everybody. And Toria says, Perry, you're exactly right. Never stop speaking your mind. Love you. Yeah, thanks, Toria. Look, the whole thing is this. I feel like we should be adults. Is Perry always right? No. But I also listen to other people to hear their side of it. We all didn't grow up with the same life experiences, right? Maybe you grew up in church. Maybe I grew up in the back alley. Different experiences. If we can't have adult conversations so we can understand the other side, because that's the thing. Maybe a lot of you people don't understand what black men go through. And this ain't out looking for a sympathy card. You get criticized when you ain't doing this. These black men ain't shit. They these deadbeat fathers. No. And don't overlook. And I'm saying, yeah, it is some deadbeat fathers out there. That's a fact. And it's some 304s out there too. And when I say these 304s, is ones that go after black men just because they're not having their way. And they have no remorse from taking a black man down.
And also,
go ahead.
And also they've been watching TV, and they've been watching these programs. They've been programmed, right? They don't really look at us like that we're real people. A lot of these people have grown up watching our celebrities, right? And Diddy is one of them. These people are celebrity struck when they come over here. But they know they know that sweet spot. That sweet spot is between YT and us, where you can use both of them. But see, we have been a perpetual war against this supremacist stuff, right? So what they want is they have those same issues in their own countries. They treat those darker people like crap. And they come over here to America playing the same game with us. And we're like, man, we're not gonna play this game with y'all for the next 50 years. Y'all don't even treat the people in your own countries right. So when you come over here and you think you understand laws, or they say that, well, we're running from this particular
Mhm.
dictatorship and that stuff like that. Well, it's like, well, we understand what this stuff mean. We've lived under dictatorship, partial America, somewhat America's been snatched and everything, and they come over here and call our people thugs. This is look,
Right.
they're calling the people that's in the Constitution thugs. They're calling them lazy. They're calling them bums. They're calling them all kinds of names that they hear, and then they blame us for those very names. See, we can no longer do this with y'all. Y'all are playing games while y'all go to school over here. Y'all come over here on visas and all other kinds of stuff, and then y'all play this racket. It's a racket. It's a racket. The visa system is a racket. Coming crossing the border is a racket. All this stuff is money being backed up by their own countries.
Mhm.
We have not only the government, our own government to deal with, but we got to deal with your government and y'all coming over here too. You don't even want to pay respect to the people that really got the blood. Our blood is deep in these soils here. Y'all will come here in a minute. I'm American too. It's like, no, that right there, we've been accepting that with this stuff for like maybe about 100 years now. But y'all come here as like first generation immigrants, literally talking to us like whatever y'all say. That's why y'all was so against Diddy. Y'all think y'all even know the law. How you gonna talk to somebody about a law that getting charged about a law about a black man, about another black man? Seem like you would ask one.
Yeah.
Seem
Yes,
like
the
you would
whole
ask
thing is
one.
crazy. I never thought that this case would lead to this.
Well,
Us fighting each other. It's
okay.
insane.
What leads to this? Let's keep it real. Let me read this real fast. Measured Man says this. Amen, Perry. Join us with Choke No Joke. We are about to lobby to get Man Act change. Don't people know the full extent of the law? You know, I don't think they do, Measured Man. Like they just this law is okay as long as it serves the purpose that they want it to do. But they don't realize that effect is gonna have after that. If they establish this RICO where they can manually just change things, switch it up, they could go outside the regular law and create things to get you when they want to get you. And what I don't understand now back to what you were saying, Sharrell. Now, what started this is people watching too much YouTube, these social media sites, and they believe what they're hearing. If you hearing, oh, these black men are terrorizing the streets, they're just R-ing and doing women, DV and all this stuff to them, and you believe it, that's what we got the problem. Because now most of the people are mad at me, which I'm fine with because I'm a grown man, don't need shit from nobody. And I got two boys of my own that I got to worry about. Mad at me because um they feel like, did she have to pay? I don't have a problem with him paying. But should you let the legal system just do what they want to do and not prove him? He's innocent until proven guilty. You want them to be able to just make shift and just punish him off what you think. That's what I think we got a problem with is people believing all these lies and actually mad at me when people are playing you off your trauma. If you had a bad thing with men or whatever, they're luring you in. It's like a backyard preacher. You know what I'm saying? Just living you tell almost like those tarot card readers or those people who can take things from you And then, yes, this is gonna happen. Did somebody did you lose a loved one lately? Most people have. It could be lose them as in life gone or a breakup. They're good at manipulating people using their shit. If y'all can't see Tisa Tells, and look, nothing against her. Jealousy. Ain't no jealousy. I'm just telling you what it's like. She put so much stuff out there, people believed it.
Mm.
Where's the proof? You don't ask her for proof, and she just make this shit up, and y'all suck it up, and now you mad at me because Diddy going home. Why ain't you mad at her? If you believe so much that she had so much evidence and she knew what she was talking about, why wasn't her ass on the stand getting him prosecuted? Ask yourself that. She could have submitted information, evidence. She could have got her ass on the stand. A lot of these people, let's keep it real.
She
From
said
all
a
these
lot.
people out here on social media running around, they knew everything Diddy did and all this. I used to believe it. But when your ass don't hit the stand, you wasn't about that. You was about clicks and views.
Mhm.
That's how I look at it. Ain't no damn advocate. Oh, she's an advocate, or uh, this person is really good. You know, there's a lot of people out there tried to make a hustle off of it. It is no advocate. Somebody says an update. Sherelle, just checking and see. I mean, because we
Okay.
thought that shit was gone. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, people, I think people are going at each other because of this RICO. They made you
Mhm.
think that,
But they didn't
that
charge. The RICO was dropped.
right. But that gave them hope. Like, they're mad because the RICO was dropped, and then at the end of the day, he was charged with something. Trans transportation of a prostitute. Right?
Mm.
So the witness was the prostitute and he was transporting them. So we all agree that that's what he got charged with. This shouldn't be no federal charge. And it wouldn't even be here if they didn't, they used the RICO to put all these things out here, is what I'm trying to say. The RICO wasn't even proved. You can go back and look at Diddy and say, oh, well, hey, he's a monster. Okay, well, prove it. He did this, X, Y, and Z. The people who told you this is going off how they feel, their opinion, but they might not tell you their opinion. They might not say it's their opinion. Where is their proof at? If it's my opinion, I ain't got to have proof. I'm just like, this is how I feel. And that's why how I feel that why we mad going at each other, because you feel like I'm disrespecting a woman. A man can be shitty, a woman can be shitty. And I'm saying all of them was doing adult things in these hotel rooms. Was Diddy guilty? Yes. I mean, well, there was consenting adults. Well, I mean, was it freaky for Diddy? Yes. It was freaky for their asses too, with them legs up. Is what I'm saying.
Let's just. Okay,
Okay.
so now you think that there's a rift between the men and women. She's getting it all started.
Right.
She
And
wants. She's trying to do that, but this is how this is what she does when she gets upset and she finds herself somewhat exaggerating like she always do. See, she wants everybody to understand her. It's like, well, you're acting, right? Like Cassie was an actor too, remember? The other lady that Jane Doe was an actor too. We're
Yeah, but what
looking
do you think her motive would be to have the men go against the women
because she think men are after her. Look, she look
after
if you
her? In what kind
yeah,
of way? What do you mean?
because when she says stuff a lot of times, if you, I'm sure y'all watched her. If she says stuff, sometimes she just goes overboard with it, and mostly men are the one that are gonna say something to her. You see,
Oh
most
yeah,
women.
I never really watched. I never
Yeah,
watched.
nobody really watches her, but it won't take long. Look, it's, this lady is playing a character. So what I'm saying is, once she goes overboard, some man may call her out. That's when she start doing that same thing she was doing at that trial. She does that all the time. Oh, he's trying to bully a woman. A woman
right.
is here, and all that stuff right there is for show. So she won't look. These people don't want accountability. They don't want accountability. Who really does want accountability for making mistakes? That's human nature to not want to be punished. But what she's trying to do is she wants to make money off of it. Once you start making money off non-accountability, you don't have any credibility ever again. See, that's why Cassie them don't got no credibility because they do this stuff for money. See, if you're doing that stuff for money and then somebody call you out and you just start going off and you just start going off on a tangent and then you find yourself maybe as a female that a man may be getting aggressive and you want the women on your side, well, you might get some of that. You're not gonna continue to get that because a lot of women are not buying that. Look, the explosion is the women blowback. See, this is not a male and female thing. This is a female on female thing. They just don't want to say it. See what I'm saying? See, real females are telling them right now, slow down, pump your brakes. See, there's women with common sense saying just pump your brakes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they are upset because they're not used to women coming at them too. They don't want to say the female word. They don't want to say the woman word. They want to keep it male against female because that helps Tisha Tales continue. Look, she did do some things one time when she said, "Well, I'm fighting for the victim. I'm fighting for the victim." Hey man, I'm for the victim too. I'm for the victim too. So if she was out there fighting for a victim, a real victim that was out there, then of course you wouldn't get a word from me. I never said anything about the Diddy trial. When they first picked him up, if you knew anything about me, anybody, I've never spoke on it till he went to court because I understand what federal courtrooms do. I understand what it is to be in a courtroom. So when he got in the courtroom, when I saw that Rico, I was like, you got to be kidding me. But I didn't say anything. These are my first times coming on it. This is my first year being on any of this stuff. I'm retired now. I'm coming here now. I'm coming here now because I'm looking at stuff now that I think that I need to address too. Because this stuff is fantasy. These
Yep.
people are living in fantasy. They come over to America in fantasy too. They come to America in fantasy and they go straight to their tribes or what you want to call it, to their communities. They don't have any interest in helping us. They don't have any interest in voting things for us. We're losing everything. If we vote for anybody, they came from somebody else. Even Dr. Heavenly came from somebody somewhere else. Look, what we're doing right now is these people are upset because basically what you saw in real time happened between you two as a married couple. Y'all both were on different ends of the spectrum. Both of y'all are black Americans. Y'all been here and y'all family been here for hundreds of years. And what y'all did was y'all went hard at each other. Y'all still loved each other. You was on one side of the aisle. He was on other side of the aisle. You started to understand that this right here just don't seem right. That's what they really don't like. They used to black women falling in line. They used
Mm-hmm.
to black women falling in line on the job, on the bus station, at the bank, at the school, and all that stuff, fighting for everybody but us. But
Yep.
those days are coming to an end now, cause you saw it on y'all show. They went after Sharrell, yo, and I'm saying they went after her because look, she said, "Look here, man, some of this stuff seems like fantasy, and it is fantasy." These people got to understand. Tisha Tales is a snake oil salesman. She got some good qualities. However, everybody has to be held accountable when they go too far. She could come back and apologize and move right past this.
Right.
But the money's just too good, like Cassie and the other lady. Don't you understand? This is
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. This is all about money. They faking.
Exactly. You're right. It's about money. And I tell you, what I think. Give me one second. Did you see where she said file lawsuit after lawsuit until you ruin every man's life,
Wow.
ruin their careers, ruin their families, then told them to find the jurors and let them know they are not happy. Now I remember she made she was some clip and she was like, "Yes, hmm women, this is what you should do," and it sounded like a man hater when a person said, "Yeah," like it's almost like to me somebody who got treated bad by a man now hates some by one man and hates all men. Yeah, if they even speak loud, uh, file charges, file charges. It's like a gold digger. Now worse than that, it's like a person that got hurt that's now
Mhm.
taking vengeance out on everybody. And I think this is my personal opinion, when she came out the courtroom, and how she was acting.
Karen alert. Karen alert.
And I'm gonna tell you now, the reason why I do that because it was basically a distraction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's gonna lash out at everything, and now to change it off of you've been pumping information and having all these people in the FBI, having all these secret informants hitting you up while you made money for the last year, trashing Diddy and all that stuff. Now you come to find out that 95%, if not all the shit you said was wrong. You and you want to keep this a thing. So now you come out and now you want to change like a distraction is, oh, I'm being attacked. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
weak. I'm being attacked. To change the subject of, hey, I thought you said for the last year, all your informants, even in high places as the FBI, that they got all
Mm-hmm.
these things from the mansion. They did all
Remember
that.
that?
And
Remember that?
true, it's to distract. Oh, well, I wasn't wrong about that. Look, I'm a victim. That's what I'm saying. She's playing victim.
Playing Cassie.
I mean, because
She
that
she
man was
she
nowhere
Cassie.
near trying to assault her unless she could show me something else. He was heckling her, but I heard in the courtroom that she went at him by people I do trust. I was not there, but I'm just saying it's two sides of it. Why ain't she just showing the proof? Just show the proof of it. She's not willing to go back and say, hey, people, I know y'all love me, but I've been lying to y'all the whole time because I thought y'all loved me lying to you.
Exactly. Perfect.
That's sort of what it is.
Rihanna had that same song. What was that song? They, they love the way I love the way you lie. That song right there is perfect. She said you love the and I don't even know the song, all I know is that part. She said, I
I
love and
love
that's a beautiful song. I yeah, love the way you lie. So she
this
gonna come
is
back.
bad. Let me say this. Nobody wins with this stuff.
Right.
Going after the men is crazy. Galvanizing people to fight each other is just nobody's gonna win from this.
We
No,
not
this
fighting, but we going after the law, Sharrell. We not even fighting. See, this like I'm saying, this thing is manufactured. As you can see what Choke No Joke put on there, you see where our attention is. Our attention is about these laws, about this other stuff. These people are playing games with people's lives. We have been living like this for hundreds of years. These people don't want us to get back to our roots. See, our roots already understand this type of supremacy stuff. They're on the other side of this, and they don't want to say it. They are going up against us and they playing games. We understand what it means to go up against the United States government, the United States military, the United States justice system, the United States, whatever. We go against that at the same time and we rumbling with each other or we run with other countries. These people don't know nothing about that. They come over here with a preconceived, with a teaser tales idea about America on how to scam. But the ones that do come over here that care about us, you'll see how they vote, you'll see how they act, you'll see how they operate around us. Those people really do understand that some of these people are here just for money. They want to use bad names for our youth because they ain't gonna do that to their youth. If they come from another country or something like that, right there, they'll be fighting like I don't know what. But once they family get in there, well, they're following those bad guys, or you're following who's the bad guys? They're talking about black American men. They're not talking about Arabs. They're not talking about Jamaicans. They're not talking about Haitians. They're just talking about us. These
and
people keep
I
playing
get
games.
that. And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And so y'all frustrated. Perry, what do we do? What are y'all gonna do? I mean, a lot of black men are offended and they feel like they're not being heard. What's
Well,
next?
no, I mean, look, the only thing I can do whenever we're having a conversation, all I can do is just speak my mind on what that issue is as a black man. Speak my mind. And whether you agree, but if you hear it over and over, and if most men, instead of not saying that, nah, let it ride, just say what you got to say, and maybe that'll help. But it's crazy, but it's really come down to this, I think. People are attacking these black men because they can gain from it. Look at all
Exactly.
these lawsuits out there, and this case gonna come up. with the guy suing Diddy. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And if you got evidence Diddy did something, I ain't got a problem with him paying for it. He's
Smokey
innocent until
Robinson.
proven guilty. Hmm?
Smokey Robinson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Smokey Robinson, yeah. And
Smokey Robinson, Tyler Perry, Fat Joe.
Well,
yeah,
Fat Joe, he can get it. But look at how they look at how they do that, right? Look at how they do that, but they won't do that to their own communities. Look at I'm just gonna look. There's the Hispanic community as an example. It's so many of them over here illegal, right? That they got about 3 to 4 females to every man, right?
Mhm.
These people over here illegal. They use each other. They basically creating concubines up in America, where you have illegal people coming over here in the shadows that they don't even have to deal with nobody else. So they're getting grabbed up now. That should be a microcosm to what's really happening, how they feel about us. They're here. They are. They have just imagine, Terry, if you had 4 Sharrells to pick from and 4 of them was illegal. Just imagine that.
I can't.
Look, what would you need her for? Look, she be over here, finally got her green card, but you got 4 more of them over there want you. They don't want you to say nothing about them getting them back, like get them in trouble with ICE or anything like that right there. So you don't even need look, they have a built-in basically system of basically let what Diddy was doing. Look, man, these people crossed the border illegally, and then who are you going to trust? Who are you going to trust? You're going to trust anybody that won't tell on you. And normally you go to your own community, and what they're going to do with you as illegal. You're going to run into them at a hotel somewhere. Who hired these folks? Everybody's using them, and look, and then they have all the vitriol for us because they thinking that look, it would be better for them if it weren't for us. Everybody thinks that these people look, they
Crazy.
all are delusional like that right there because they think America's bad because of us, and they're running over here. They're
Because I like
running
it.
over here trying to
Look, I
stay
didn't plan
here.
on to stand on this long because I was going to go over and talk about Housewives with Freddie, but I want everybody to know this in the chat. This is just not my channel. I share this channel with Perry. It's called Sharrell's World because that's what I got copyrighted and trademark. But it's really Perry and Sharrell's World. He's been working with me for over 5 years now. And if he feels a certain way, this is his damn channel. He can speak his piece. If he want to bring his buddy up 44, that's what he does. So it's not just Sharrell's channel. And don't say he's running away and I'm losing control. This his channel too. And he feels attacked. And he's thinking that Tisa Tales is causing damage to the whole community as a whole because she's weaponizing the women to go after men. That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, basically, what
That's
ends
how
up
he
happening
feels.
is that when you come out here and start accusing somebody of threatening you and unaliving you, right? It's used to silence men voices. Like you can't
Well,
say
Perry,
shit.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta go. So,
yeah.
but he can come on. Perry, you can come on here whenever you want. You don't need me. Y'all can
Yeah.
do a men thing and whatever. I'm trying to stay out of it because I
And you
don't
should.
need the headache. I got other stuff going on in my life. Y'all know about it. I can't talk about it, but I'm dealing with family members going through real life, and I don't really care. But if Perry want to come on here talk about it, that's what he gonna do. And
Yep.
stop saying I don't have control over my channel. He is the channel. So, y'all, we gonna talk about this later. He might hop back on tonight. I can't control him, and this is channel. He do whatever he want. I should have named it Sharrell and Perry, but because of copyright, he wasn't with me in the beginning, and I didn't even know I would have a channel that I didn't know it would lead to a big platform. So you don't know. I was just doing this to do it, and so but it's his a panel too. It's his channel too. Pardon me. Anyway, I'm gonna head over. I'm trying to go on my reality TV channel, talk about reality TV, and maybe Perry can come back and do a men's thing, or he gonna talk about it till he don't want to talk about it anymore, y'all. And he has that right. Y'all just being rude, and I'm kind of calm with everybody right now, but you know how I am. You know how I am. Like my man. My
No
man, my
doubt.
man, my man. Don't start talking about my man or y'all gonna get y'all feelings hurt. Because
Right.
he's been a good father for 34 years, a good husband, best friend, 34 years. I don't know what y'all thinking. That bond ain't gonna never be broken. So y'all
They
got if
should be happy to have a man like him. That's crazy.
when you're disrespecting him, you're disrespecting me. Even though we have different opinions, me and Perry understand we don't share a brain, and that's what the chat should think. Everybody's allowed to think what they want, and still, we ain't got to be falling out.
Right.
Right.
Crazy.
Because I get him
Anyway,
a chance to come up and speak, but I got to go. I got to go
you
to
got
Home
to go.
Depot. Yeah.
Thank you, 44 Perry.
Okay, no
Hope for
problem.
holding Perry down.
Appreciate y'all.
We'll see you next time. Thank you for speaking your piece. And I don't know what to say. These men are getting offended. They gonna lash. They gonna respond. They gonna respond. This is what it is. All right, y'all. We gotta go. Thank you, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Oops, I gotta hit the button.
It's the